straight out of the gym. Yay, yay. Jay Roos. Just thought I'd come at you guys today with another boxing topic, heavyweight boxing, about your boy Larry Holmes. He was in rare form the other night. Saw him on YouTube doing a radio interview, and he was just going bananas on everybody. He was talking about Wilder's corner and Mark Breland never shouldn't be trying to train a heavyweight or something. You know, he wasn't trying to diss Mark Breland by saying he's nobody. He was just saying, you know, heavyweights think different, so he probably should bring someone else in. He's talking about the other trainers. He was talking about he brought Joshua down to train with him about how to learn how to throw his jab correctly, and he said something like he left after 3 days. He was talking about Lennox Lewis. I don't remember if he said he quit or something. He was just going bananas on everybody. I was like, Larry, tell us what you really think, Larry. So I went back and I thought I'd watch some of his fights to see if he was, really as great as, as I never really followed Larry Holmes' career, so I went back and watched some of his fights. I watched his 2 fights with Michael Spinks, and the first one he started off good, and then later on it's like Michael Spinks' style was so awkward. He'd be leaning to the side while moving and doing his feet weird, and Larry just was jabbing, then he stopped jabbing, he wouldn't throw the right. I thought maybe his right hand was hurt, but it just seemed like he just, I don't know, like he was out of his element that night. I don't know quite. I think he blamed it afterwards on the awkwardness of Michael Spinks, but I was watching then I watched the rematch, and Michael Spinks started off slow in that one. Spinks was in his corner complaining, and he was just acting strange, but I thought Larry won that fight, and then they gave it to Spinks. It was at the Las Vegas Hilton. I've been there. Lennox Lewis, Oliver McCall 2, 1997, payback or playback. Anyway, Larry had a great jab. I mean, fast jab. He really knew how to box. He wasn't a knockout puncher by any means. I mean, he had knockouts on his record. Like I watched the Jerry Cooney Larry Holmes fight, and Jerry Cooney was known as a puncher, and he hurt Larry a couple times, but then Larry Holmes got a late stoppage. I mean, Larry Holmes was a great champion. When I went back and watched his fights, I still have to watch the Larry Holmes-Ken Norton fight. I believe that's where he won his title, and Larry Holmes defended his title 20 times. He had the IBF. I believe first he had the WBC, and then the IBF belts. Great fighter, great jab, and then he had a comeback later on. He had a comeback. Only time I really saw him was in his later career. I didn't really see his early career too much, but his later career, I saw him come back. He used to be on Tuesday night fights, and he'd be, whipping dudes on there. And he had a title fight against Evander Holyfield where he gave Evander Holyfield a bad cut. Holyfield won the fight, but like I said on another video, that's the fight. A lot of people thought it was a lackluster fight. I actually liked it. It's the fight that kind of got me interested in the sport because I could hear the punches just like the Rocky movies. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool, But Larry Holmes is a trip, man. You guys, if you haven't seen it, go to YouTube and type in Larry Holmes Wilder or Larry Holmes radio interview. He's going bananas on everybody. And he's talking about how people don't know how to throw their jabs, which he's right about that. I've seen a lot of people throw a side jab and all kind of things. And I've seen even Michael Jai White show how to correctly throw a jab and how you really don't even need your hands wrapped if you know how to throw a punch correctly. You won't hurt your wrist or knuckles. But Larry's a funny guy. He was a great champion. I give him that. I believe he apologized I believe he apologized to Ali when he beat him, and he felt bad because they used to spar, so he apologized to him, but Larry. Yeah, I mean, what you're saying is true about Wilder needing to get some guys in his corner, stuff like that. But he just seemed like he was a bit testy that day. Like he didn't feel like being asked any questions or something like that. I was like, well, if you didn't feel like doing the interview, you could have postponed it or done it, or not done it. It's okay to, talk about where people need to improve and stuff, but it's like he was just battering everybody. I was like, man. Anyway, go back and watch those fights. Larry Holmes versus Michael Spinks, 1 and 2. Larry Holmes versus Jerry Cooney. I'm going to catch up on Larry Holmes versus Ken Norton, from San Diego like me. Yeah. Anyway, this has been the J. Roos Theory. Thank you for watching. Be fearless. See you next time.